Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, it's been a mate. Do you know something? Yeah, this is gonna sound crazy. It's actually been 2 years since our last podcast.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit, 2 years. Damn. Okay.
Tell me, like, how's it been the last 2 years if you had to sum it, man?
It's been crazy, man. It's been just a lot of changes happening for sure. A lot of growth, I'd say, definitely. These past 2 years.
Yeah.
For the good, though, for the better.
Yeah, no, because I think the last time I spoke, so I was just watching some of the old clips as well of our interview,
Yeah.
and you obviously had COVID, a couple of years ago. There's a kind of a stressful time. Is it nice to kind of have a little bit more normality? Do you feel like you're at the stage where everything is kind of flowing a little bit better for yourself?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I feel like it's just things are kind of falling into place now. I feel like I'm starting to not only career, but I think, just life-wise, I think things are finally starting to flow a little better. It feels more natural. And it's nice definitely to have a good routine back in place, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, we'll talk about your last fight. Well done.
Okay.
Great,
Thank you,
great
brother.
win,
Appreciate it.
great win on that, man, against Kobe Leong.
Yeah.
And that was at flyweight as well, man. How was the cut? I even spoke to you about this last time, and I thought, damn, you're a big boy for flyweight, man, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
How was that cut? I know your wife helped you a little bit with that.
Yeah.
Um, Kind of run me through that.
It was good. I was did kind of a new thing this time. So I'm sure you heard of the Dolce Diet. So
Oh, really?
I was kind of just yeah, yeah. So like I
Damn.
found the online program and we just kind of ran through the book, copied it, and it was pretty damn effective. Like I think for the Thursday, I was probably about 15 pounds over. So I cut about 16 pounds in 2 days just to get
Wow.
down to 125. Yeah, but it was actually, it was like usually I'm cutting five and I'm just dying, it's like sucking wind. But this one, I felt pretty good the whole time. I mean, it's never fun trying to drop the weight, but I was surprised at how much, like I was at 125 and I was still just pouring out sweat. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was
No,
fun.
I mean, yeah, like it looked like an easy cut. You definitely looked like you had the size advantage as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Going into that, man. How do you feel coming out of it? Like any bumps or bruises? I know it was a bit of a grueling
Uh,
fight, but how do you feel generally? Are you taking a little bit of time off from training at the moment?
yeah, I mean, I'm back to it. Like I didn't really have too much damage taken. It was nice. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he landed a lot of good calf kicks, so that kind of messed me up. Not messed me up, but it was bruised for about a couple weeks. But that's all good. It was just yeah, it was good. It was fun. I felt really good in there. It was kind of a nice being, the bigger guy for once, not having to get mauled by some big boys in there.
No, no, you mentioned as well, like you're like Bantamweight, they're so big. And then even like for someone like me, I'm like, nah, getting down to like I mean, I'm not a fighter, but if I had to fight and to get down to 135, it's a very brutal weight cut. But then you mentioned that they're pretty much walking around my weight, which is insane. Which is like
Oh
one
yeah, a lot of
one
time. Yeah, exactly.
that's it's pretty
Oh
huge.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's insane amount like the really big boys, the amount of weight they cut, it's impressive actually.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. How was it having Max in your corner as well for this one? Did you get a little
Oh,
bit extra pump?
oh
Just
yeah.
having a just having a legend like Max in your corner, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. It was kind of cool. Like I remember thinking when I was in the back because it was in a parking lot, right? So it was kind of like they set up the cage in there, and like
Yeah.
my other coach Rylan brought a bunch of mats in the back, so we were just in there warming up, and it was kind of cool. Like I looked around, I just saw everybody from my team was there. I feel like kind of gave me a lot of energy. I'd say definitely, and it was a weird feeling. I was just like, oh wow, this feels really it feels right. It's happening right now. I had all the people around me. And then, like he said, having Max in my corner was just such a different level. Like I feel like the things that he saw looking back when I would watch the fight, I'm like, oh shit, like it was all there, and he was just things he'd call out in real time. It was a big help, big difference having him and Rylan in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Because I mean, even in his own fight, it's almost like the guy's got ultra instinct on. Like
Oh yeah,
it feels like, just from a spectator's perspective, yeah, because you've obviously got more of a better insight into that.
Yeah.
I just feel like with him, time slows down almost, man. Like there's certain moments where
Oh
time
yeah.
slows down, and you're like, he's like just in the zone. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
is that fair to say?
Oh yeah, definitely. And like I feel like he's picking up stuff in real time, right? So like,
Mm.
he'll see something and he'll like make a quick adjustment and call it out. And you're like, oh shit, like, I didn't see that. You just saw it real quick. It's yeah, it's an impressive skill to see. Like he'll kind of just read somebody and slowly start picking up things and just make up his own little game plan right off the fly.
Yeah,
Like,
100%,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
What's the kind of goal going forward, would you say, Joey? Like going into 2024, if you had one or two main goals, what would you like to kind of, check off?
Um, Definitely want to fight more. I want to stay more active.
Yeah,
Maybe look for some belts if there's an opportunity. But for now, I feel good at flyweight. It feels nice. Definitely want to get some more action in there and probably do. I think this year was good too because I did a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments. So I think that kind of helped me, stay sharp in between competition.
yeah,
So I'd say just try to see how far I can take it at flyweight and stay active to get some, get the ground sharp and look for some finishes.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
What would you say is the kind of long-term game plan, kind of goal for yourself, Joey? Obviously, everyone's
Um,
got different goals, but what would you say your
yeah.
long-term goal is?
I mean, definitely want to get picked up by some kind of a bigger show.
Yeah,
I mean, ideally UFC, but if not, they got Bellator just got acquired by the PFL. Hopefully they'll put
yes,
in some lighter weights, right? Or even go to Japan, like fight for Rizin. That would be awesome. Like that
definitely.
skill set is something that intrigues me. Or not skill set, the rule set that they have there.
100%, man. I mean, do they still do soccer kicks and Rising? I'm trying to
Oh
remember.
yeah. Oh yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
It's such a like a the little the head stomps too.
You know what? When I was younger, I was all about that, man. I was like head stumps, and I mean, I was a huge Vanderlei Silva fan and
Oh yeah.
Shogun Hua, and they were just
Oh yeah.
iconic. They were just iconic, They were just jumping on people's faces.
That's the classics.
Yeah, but now that I'm a little bit older, I feel like I'm a bit more of a soft MMA fan, man. I'm watching
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm like, this is a bit too much. This is a bit much, man.
It can be done. I mean, it can be. I feel like it makes more sense, like as far as just overall combat, right? It's like it kind of
Yeah,
takes like I think like the way one does it, right? It's like you can't really just hang out in the turtle. They're just gonna
yeah,
start hitting knees to the head, that kind of thing. But it
yeah,
can be kind of gnarly, like dudes on all fours and he gets a shin to the face. You're just like, okay, that
yeah.
was
I mean, a classic example of that stalling tactic as well is when I believe it was Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo. I don't know if you've watched the fight, but
yeah, yeah,
just for those that yeah, you watched the fight. So you must
yeah.
have seen those moments, yeah, where
When
Aljamain,
they
yeah. What do you think of that? Because obviously you're a big fan of grounded knees and head stomps. What did you
yeah.
think of that? Just generally.
I mean, it's smart, like you're playing to the skill set. Like it kind of reminded me of like a Nick Diaz. I remember he used to do that where he would get dropped sometimes, and he would go on all fours. And then I
Yeah,
think he fought Paul Daly when he did that.
that's the one. Yeah, I was gonna think of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of doing. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it works, Like, but like I said, I think that it kind of takes that away if you got to worry about them throwing like a up kick from the top or something like that.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. It's a weird rule set at the end of the day, isn't
It
it?
is. It's
Um,
like when they had the fingers on the ground. They had that one for a while.
yeah, like again, I think the new rules. I'm not sure how that works. I think you can still get hit with your hand on the ground now. I'm not sure how
Yeah,
it works.
uh,
Three
I think
point.
it's two now.
Sorry, say that again.
I think that you have to have two on the ground. I think
Oh,
because
okay.
before it used
Might
to
have
be
been
just the one. Yeah, the fingers.
yeah, it's so many weird rule sets.
Interesting. Yeah.
So many weird rules. What do you think of? I mean, going back to the PFL, what do you think of the
Yeah.
PFL not having any elbows? I mean, it makes
Oh,
sense for them, but do you wish that
I
there
didn't
was
know that.
elbows in an organization like that?
I didn't know they don't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense in one point because I think Ryzen does that because they don't want them to stop fights, right? So
Yeah,
they think they don't. But I mean, it kind of sucks if it takes away a big element, I think, of the clinch. So that's kind of not good.
Definitely. I mean, it doesn't favor the Muay Thai fighter for sure.
No, not at all.
You're trying
Yeah, not at all.
to trying to clinch
That's
up.
weird.
Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
right. Chop up and you're like, oh shit, what do I do?
Yeah, yeah. They're like, this is unnatural for me. I guess I'm gonna have to stop boxing now. I'm gonna stop throwing punches and stuff, man.
Inside. That's weird. I didn't know that was the rule. That's
No, no.
interesting.
I mean, yeah, PFL has. I mean, I love the PFL,
Oh yeah.
but it makes sense, because I think contractually, if you're doing the PFL format, you're fighting 3 times a year, 4 times a year,
Oh,
because
okay.
it's a tournament style, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like 3 or 4 times a year for a lot of people is just a hell of a
Oh
lot,
yeah.
isn't
That's
it?
a lot. Especially if they're cutting weight too, and like you got the big boys coming down. It's taxing on the body for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, look, I just it was just kind of a catch up, Joey, man. It was really nice to have you on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me,
We're gonna
brother.
do this sooner than 2 years for sure, because
Yeah, definitely.
that's way too long, man. But look, I'm gonna give you the final spotlight, man. Tell the folks where they can find you, plug what you need to plug, Joey. Go for it, man. It's your spotlight.
Yeah. Instagram 808 Joe. I just want to thank all my teammates, my strength and conditioning, tactical strength. You for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
And yeah, I'm super stoked that I've seen you guys grow, man. It's so awesome. Like, you guys are getting some freaking high level fighters on there. I like
Oh
seeing that.
man, no, I appreciate that, man. But we wouldn't have been there without the people that came on first, man. So we gotta give a shout out to you, actually, Joey, man.
Of course, I appreciate it.
We're always gonna have the OGs, man, and you count as
Of course, baby. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, man. It means a lot.
Thank you, Joey, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, you too, brother.
And I'll catch you soon, bro.
Yeah, sounds good, brother. Have a good one.